If you've ever sat in a long meeting or crowded classroom, you know the feeling. Half the room is bored, the other half is lost. By the end of the day, you're mentally exhausted. The immediate reaction is usually to blame yourself. You try to hustle harder, or you add another software tool to your stack, hoping it will somehow organize the chaos. But that exhaustion is not a failure of your work ethic. It has nothing to do with a lack of willpower. This feeling is the result of a rigid architectural limit on how much data your brain can process at once. Your brain physically quits long before your ambition does because of a structural bottleneck in your neurology. Psychologists map this exact limitation using a scientific framework called cognitive load theory. This diagram illustrates the core constraint of working memory. At any given moment, your brain can hold roughly 7 distinct pieces of information. Think of this as a highly restricted, finite budget. You cannot generate an 8th slot through sheer effort. The cap is absolute. To see exactly how quickly that budget depletes, watch what happens when we map those 7 slots against the daily workflow of a modern business development representative. They start a standard chain of thought sequence. First, they have to recall the specific business pain of the prospect they are reaching out to. That takes a slot. Next, they need to contextualize the current stage of the sales funnel. Slot 2 is gone. Then they must keep the exact organizational definition of a cold lead active in their mind. There goes the third. Finally, they have to integrate the previous output generated by an AI research tool. Slot 4 is full. The professional hasn't even made a single strategic decision yet. Just holding the baseline data required to begin the task leaves only 3 remaining empty slots. Now they have to judge the exact right moment to enter the conversation, weigh the strategic timing, and draft the final message. The remaining budget fills up instantly. The sheer volume of active variables has exceeded the biological limit. The system crashes, and the workflow stops dead. This is a massive problem because navigating nuance and applying critical thinking are the highest value compounding skills in modern business. And artificial intelligence cannot replicate your deep strategic intuition. The human element of judgment is irreplaceable. But when you hit that threshold of cognitive overload, your ability to execute unique human strategy is completely crushed under the weight of raw data. You cannot force an impossible 8th slot. The only viable mechanical solution is to deliberately offload the data. The modern professional uses an AI agent as an external hard drive for their working memory. You delegate the heavy lifting to the machine. You let it hold the syntax, retain the historical context, and track the basic definitions. By passing that low-value raw data retention to the software, you effectively zero out your own cognitive bottleneck. This approach changes the way you work. You move from being the primary executor of data-heavy tasks to the manager of the AI agents that handle them. Your 7 biological slots are now reserved strictly for high-level human judgment and strategic nuance. This division of labor, the machine holding data and the human holding strategy, is how you achieve human-AI collaboration. Next week, we are going to measure the exact cognitive tax you pay and the capability you lose when you switch between 5 different digital tools all day. Subscribe to own your development curve.